Kamala Harris continues to gaffe. So I mentioned that she was on 60 Minutes, but that's not all she was doing. She also decided that she was speaking in Michigan, and she had a bit of a teleprompter screw up. Here's what that looked like.
Remember his number, 32. Today we got 32 days until the election. So 32 days. 32 days.
She has no idea what to do.
Okay, we got some business to do. All right. 32 days.
Teleprompter goes out.
And we know we will do it. And this is going to be a very tight race until the very end. This is going to be a very tight race until the very end. We are the underdog, and we know we have some hard work ahead.
Man, when that teleprompter goes out, she is screwed. She also was on the Call Her Daddy podcast. You know, I told you she's going to do a lot of adversarial media. So she's going on with the lady who talks about sex all the time. So here she is with this lady whose name escapes me because she's not important to my life. Or Alex Cooper, I've been informed by producer Jessica. So here she is explaining about abortion with the Call Her Daddy lady.
I want to pose this question more to you and the daddy gang, but one of the biggest conversations in this year's election revolves around a woman's body.
Yep.
I want to take a moment and can we try to think of any law that gives the government the power to make a decision.
I know what you're going to ask.
About a man's body.
No.
Is there any law?
No.
Well, I mean, yes. Virtually every law, it turns out, makes decisions about people's bodies all the time because they threaten you with jail if you don't follow the law. And the vast majority of people who go to jail are men. So it does make decisions. Also, I could name some laws that specifically apply to men, like, for example, the draft. So men historically have been drafted, but women have not. Using the internet without ExpressVPN, it's like going 80 in a 65 zone. Most of the time, probably fine. What if one day there is a surprise speed trap? Not that this has ever happened to me. Every time you connect to an unencrypted network at cafes, hotels, airports, you're basically putting out a welcome mat for hackers to access your personal data. It doesn't take a genius to hack you. Some 12-year-old with cheap hardware could do it. Your data is valuable. Hackers can make up to $1,000 per person selling personal information on the dark web. That's why I use ExpressVPN. It creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. Hackers can't steal your sensitive data because it would take them over 1 billion years to crack ExpressVPN's encryption, even with a supercomputer. It's incredibly easy to use. Just fire up that app, you click one button, and now you're protected. It works on all your devices, phones, laptops, tablets, you name it. Look, I travel always, speaking engagements, interviews. I can't afford to have my personal information compromised just because I needed to use airport Wi-Fi. With ExpressVPN, I stay secure on the go no matter where I am. So if you value your privacy and security as much as I do, here's what you need to do. Scan that QR code on screen, click the link in the description, or visit expressvpn.com/Ben Shapiro Show by visiting my special link. You'll get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN service for free. And who doesn't like to save money, right? Again, that's expressvpn.com/Ben Shapiro Show, expressvpn.com/Ben Shapiro Show to protect your data today. There are many laws that disproportionately affect men. Say, for example, the laws in divorce court, which overwhelmingly favor women. So that's not true at all. Also, you're missing the central point of abortion law, which is not about the woman's body. It is about the baby that is inside that body. You notice that men don't typically care, any men or women or anyone who's pro-life. We don't typically care about a woman's esophagus. It's not in our purview of interest. Turns out we care about the independent life growing inside because that has human rights. But again, it's all just nonsense. I do get the feeling there are some Democrats who are starting to feel a wee bit skittish about Kamala Harris's chances here. One of those people is Andrea Mitchell. So Andrea Mitchell of MSNBC, she's saying that Kamala Harris needs to do more interviews because men are sexists. So here we go.
They've got to double down on doing more interviews and serious interviews because what I'm hearing from Democratic and Republican business people and a lot of men, and she's got such a big problem with men. I think there's an undercount of the Trump vote. I think there is misogynation in all of this. Black and white men, big problem, but also the business world. They don't think she is serious. They don't think she's a heavyweight. And a lot of this is gender, but she's got to be more specific about her economic plan.
Okay. She does have to be more serious to avoid the misogynation. It's like she's going for miscegenation and misogyny, and she ended up with a baby in the middle. So that's weird. Well done, Andrea Mitchell. Now, suffice it to say, she's not going to be doing any unfriendly interviews, Kamala Harris, because she stinks at them. She's truly awful at them. And if only the American people see through it, that will make all the difference. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.